What do you want for Christmas?
I want to watch the Nerd Way.
Time to roll. Got comics, games, and rock and soul. Heroes rise and villains fall. We break it down, we've seen it all. No capes, no crown, no rules, we obey. We do it our style, the Nerd Way. We live loud, think hard, and play. Yeah, we do it all the Nerd Way. Turn it up, let the fanboys say they wish they rocked the Nerd Way. Late night streams and movie fights, deep dives under neon lights. Old school heart with a new school mind. Truth and passion both align. No sellouts here, no roles to play. We're born to shout the Nerd Way. We live loud, think hard, and play. Yeah, we do it all the Nerd Way. Raise your fists, let the speaker shake. We're ruling now, the Nerd Way. The Nerd Way. Come on! Rock hard! Nerd harder! We live loud, think hard, and play. Yeah, we do it all the Nerd Way. No shame, no fake, no sway. We were made to live the Nerd Way. The Nerd Way.
Yeah. You guys are muted.
I was going to grab my guitar, but I couldn't figure out what key it was in. If I get that unlocked, I was sitting there trying so hard. I was like, shit, is that an E? Is that oh man, what key is that?
It's in the key of nerd.
Yeah.
Greetings. Greetings to everyone who has joined us, taking time out of their busy Black Friday schedules to come hang out with us.
You didn't have
In
to
the
bring
Nerd Way.
race into it first thing.
Just talk about nerd stuff. Is Black Friday even still a thing anymore? I mean, the last couple of years, especially where I live, where I live, there's not a whole lot of, there hasn't been a whole lot of Black Friday stuff. I mean, when I lived up in PA, it was right after Thanksgiving, the meal, people were lining up like 7 p.m. to get in stores at midnight.
Well, Steve, let me talk to you. If you're in the UK, every day is Black Friday. If you know what I mean. So,
Well, now, Chris, obviously you guys don't have Thanksgiving like we do, but you get the whole concept of Black Friday, though, right?
yeah, they do it piss poorly here in the UK. It's like an excuse. Basically, it's just an excuse to get rid of stock that wasn't selling, and maybe that's the same in the US. I don't know, but that's
I'm sure it's similar. Yeah.
I mean, Amazon will sometimes throw you a bone. You know,
I mean,
say, oh, yeah, you know. But yeah, it's just shit.
Like I was driving, my son and I were driving to my in-laws to eat last night, Funny, quick anecdotal aside. I came home from work the other day, all excited. I was telling them about, I had caught up on that horror show, Welcome to Derry, right? And I was rushing into his room. I had a clip on my phone. I'm going to show it to him, right? Well, his little ass is asleep. I say little, he's 17. But so anyway, he gets in the car last night and I said, hey, have you heard of a show called Welcome to Derry? And he's like, yeah, Dad, I've seen every episode so far. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I noticed last night, like the traffic picked up, and then I went out to a store a little bit earlier and there was a shit ton of people on the road. But as far as me personally, no, I don't ever go do that stuff anymore. If I want something, I just buy it on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm back in the old days, like back in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. I would go like the Black Friday weekend. I'd wait till like Saturday or Sunday. I'd go out to the mall and I'd do all my shopping in one day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Buy my mom something, my dad something, my sister something, a couple friends, done.
I can remember like having my license the first or second year, so it would have been like 97 or 98, like purposefully going to Walmart on Black Friday. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me, man. I remember buying like PlayStation 1 games and stuff and like getting a lot of deals, but it's amazing how you change as you age, and it's like, no thanks. I'd rather just sit here and enjoy my day off.
Isn't that the authentic, proper Black Friday experience for you guys? You got to go to Walmart.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's pretty sad. Like when basically most towns in this state, like the top employer is either the hospital or Walmart, and I'm not even being funny. Like I'm being literal. It's wild, man. Yeah. It's probably
can you spend your EBT vouchers on Black Friday?
Oh God, I don't know. I guess you could buy groceries with it, but I assume if they're having grocery sales on Black Friday, which is something I've never really thought about. I'm sure they probably do. I don't know.
I've never seen grocery sales on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
They should,
but I'm not really sure. My wife just got back from shopping. I'll have to ask her. She's a lunatic.
although as we got older, Black Friday became less a thing, and it was one of those things where my dad would be like, it would be like Christmas Eve, and my dad was like, I didn't get anything for your mom yet. Go to Walmart. So we're racing to Walmart like 6 p.m. Christmas Eve to buy her something. We usually end up like, it was like a tin of pretzels or something. Like,
yeah, there's nothing like getting told, whether it's dad, wife, whoever, like on Christmas Eve, yeah, I've got to run over to, and it's just like, what? Why the hell didn't you just go ahead and get everything? No thanks.
Tale as old as time.
Crazy. Yeah, and comic book stores don't have Black Friday deals either. They should.
No, not that I know of. I mean, I'm sure some do some stuff. I worked at one once or twice where maybe they did a little something, but nothing major. Hell, they can't afford to.
Usually they wait for stuff like that for like free comic book day, and that is just, hey, we got free comic books.
Yeah, and maybe most that I worked at like Christmas, they'd usually do something for Christmas. Maybe a deal on something, buy one get one or something.
But unfortunately, I don't have a local comic book store anymore.
I think there's one or two in my town, but I don't even go. Shit, man. If I decide I want a comic, I just get on eBay and order it real fast. I have to admit, I'm that lazy.
Maybe that could be your calling, Steve, to open up.
No.
And you can have Africans come in and rob you.
I mean, obviously, there's an aspect of almost every comic book nerd, I think, where you would imagine what it would be like to have your own shop and everything. But I've lived long enough now and seen enough to know better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I was a kid, teenager, I thought how cool it would be to own my own comic book shop, and all I do is read comics all day and talk to people about comics. Yeah. Be surrounded by comics. And then I realized, wait, the business aspect is just way too much. No, I don't want that.
I've had that kind of epiphany as well. As well, you could go into business for you, myself, and could do the comic book thing because there isn't that many stores around. And then I remember why there isn't many stores around.
Yep. Well, and you know, there's plenty of points like up until just a few, maybe within probably the last decade, you know, 2015ish, to where like, yeah, it was a completely not even considerable in my mind because I've worked at two or three of them. I've worked at a couple full time, believe it or not. But now eBay was a factor. It was one of the ways we made money. But there was a time before, like between like 20, I don't know, mid 2000, something like that. I thought it would be cool to maybe buy one that was going out of business, but nah, no way, man.
Yeah, it's weird how the I mean I think the culture for everything has changed. It's no longer you keep hearing this thing, the monoculture.
Yeah, it's no longer one culture, right?
Well, I mean, not
The Mono Drew, did you just say? Shout out.
Shout out to Mono Drew.
I mean, I got something to bring up here. Let me bring something up. We talk about it here.
Interesting.
Disappearance of pop
Just
culture.
looks very good, bossy.
There we go. That's better. It says here the fading echoes of a monoculture. And it starts out 1983, a staggering 83 million viewers, 90% of U.S. households, gathered around their televisions to watch the MASH finale. Do you guys know who or what MASH is?
Yeah.
Brandon's muted.
My bad. I'm sorry, man. I mute myself a lot just to be on the safe side. What I was saying was my wife's a huge fan. I'm 44. She's like 42, I think. She's a couple years younger than me, but I guess maybe her parents liked it too. I can't remember, but she's a huge fan. Has it on DVD.
Yeah, I remember watching this live. I was 12 back then.
I was born in 81, so I only
That makes
heard
you
about this. Yeah, only heard about this. I was two years old. I was too young for it.
Yeah, I was 12 and I was allowed to stay up and watch it. And it was crazy the amount of people that were talking about it. Even at school, I remember going to school and kids are talking about it.
That's interesting.
But name one show today that you can go into your work, hang out with friends, and you go, "Hey guys, did you see so and so?"
It's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. I was saying that to coworkers. I swear to God, man, just this week I was saying that about how rare it is to have some sort of like communal thing that you're all into that you come to work talking about. There's been a couple of things, but it's not like it used to be where, almost everybody there would be into it. It might be one other person, might be nobody.
I think like Stranger Things for me.
Stranger Things I did hear.
Series 1, because Netflix made that into a bit of an event.
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of the things because it was everywhere. They did relatively good marketing. I think Netflix was still kind of becoming a bit of a thing in the rest of the world. So other than that, like, not really. I mean, there's a small sliver of talk about like Tulsa King, but that was within people like already talking about this stuff. But yeah, just I guess the youth of today are talking about stabbing and rap music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm the only real. I'm not gonna say I'm the only nerd at work, but I'm definitely the only nerd of my level of nerddom at my job for sure. I'm also the only freaking man there, so I'm a lot of things. Just
yeah, it's just it's frustrating, at least, and especially for me, being a writer, a lover of superhero stuff, trying to find people in this niche, and it's become so small that it's difficult to find anybody that you can just talk comics and superheroes with, which is the reason why it's the reason why I have this. It's the reason I'm sure Chris has his neon TARDIS, so we can just talk nerd stuff and talk pop culture things and the things that excite us and stuff we like. That's why I started Gallifrey Central, because I wanted to talk about Doctor Who, and I needed an excuse. So just come up with the YouTube
That's
channel.
the problem, though, isn't it? Because modern franchises now just seem to want to do everything to drive the normal viewers away. So you go into your workplace, like as an example in the UK, and you say, "Oh, did you watch the new Doctor Who?" And they turn around and go, "Nah, it looked a bit gay." And that's the conversation, isn't it? That's the conversation kind of. And for the most part, that's pretty much what it's like with franchises. You know, every time they revive a franchise, they just make it worse. Like intentionally awful, like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, etc., etc., etc. So it's like, you know, you can only talk about the good old days for so long, you know, in the kind of workplace and stuff.
Yeah. Lisa Ribido,
Lisa.
8467. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Says, I'm old. Back when I was a kid, everyone was obsessed with who shot JR on Dallas, no matter.
Yeah, the important topics.
Yeah,
I remember that.
You heard about
But
a
it
lot.
was like it was quality TV, though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everyone was like, "Oh shit," you know, who was it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all know how that turned out, I suppose. But
It was like my son and I were talking about it yesterday, and I was kind of joking about how, you know, how tame the 1990 miniseries seems now. And when it came out, I was like 9 years old, and it scared the shit out of me. But it was something I can remember. Adults watched it, you know, and then everybody at school talked about it. It was like, you know, so many people of different ages checked out the Stephen King miniseries and stuff. It was kind of like a community thing. It was pretty cool. It's something I've not often stopped like we are now and reflecting on how kind of cool it was when you think about it. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean everything. I mean, with the introduction of YouTube and TikTok and Spotify, everything's been niched down so far now. We're what once was just a large group of nerds like us, like we used to be. Now we're like, we got a small group of nerds here, we got a small group of nerds over here, and
Yeah.
It's
like if you do the movie set in the high school, instead of when they're introducing the new kid to the groups, and like there's the goth kids, there's the comic book nerds. It's like there's the white comic book nerds, there's the black comic book nerds, there's the anime comic book nerd. You know, it's like every little thing's been shattered. Yeah.
I know when I'm going someplace to introduce myself and I'm going to be new, and I kind of want people to know who I am, what I'm all about. I usually go in the first day wearing a comic book T-shirt, a Batman, you know, or Green Lantern, Captain America, something. One of my comic book T-shirts, and usually the person who goes, "Hey, I like your shirt."
Yeah.
All right, now you're going to be my friend at work.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's usually a good way to suss out who you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who go, "Oh, yeah, okay, I know who you are too."
Yeah, I always since I have to wear the same shit, I have to wear scrubs. So what I do is like I take something with me to read, and that's usually how. Like one person I work with was like a big Batman fan and had a lot of Batman comics and stuff like that. So it is you kind of signal to people to see who's cool with the same stuff.
I mean, you just hit upon something I think I've got kind of stored for Sunday. But you're saying Scrubs, and they've released a first little teaser, haven't they?
Oh God,
of the new cast, and it looks awful. Like everything about it, it looks like, I can't remember how I put it exactly, but it's like a cringing kind of woke TV show with a scrub skin suit over the top.
Oh.
You know, they're all Botoxed up and they've got the cringe rap music, and oh boy, that's gonna hurt. That's
same
really
old formula.
That comes out. Sorry, man.
Just saying, same formula, right? Same formula. They apply the same things to everything. You know. It all looks the same, stupid, cringy.
Yeah, I saw the teaser trailer. I did not have the volume up, so I'll have to go back
I
and
haven't seen it.
listen to it. I saw it on X, and I was doing something else. I was at Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and I just happened to be scrolling through, and I had the volume down so I didn't disturb anyone. I saw it. I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I'll have to come back to that.
Oh, Gal, I did wonder. I was like, do we know who you are? How you doing?
Hey. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
We're
pretty
all
depressing.
here, Alice.
I noticed today, like, I don't often sit in here and like dick around the internet or something. I basically only use this laptop to get on here and hang out with you guys, or like do something with playing guitar or whatever. And I decided I was going to go over to Twitter and scroll a little bit. And it was just like you were absolutely assaulted with negative shit. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about burying your head in the sand, but I was like, damn, I'm looking forward to going and hanging out with Chris and Steve because this shit is depressing, man. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, so you go into this article and they say, is this shift permanent? Is this whole fracturing of the fandoms and whatnot permanent? And that it may be a permanent shift. It may be the way things go from now on. It's no longer going to be one giant nerd culture. We're now going to be fractured into lots of tiny little pieces, which is sad because I know there's a lot of people out there who like let's just use Doctor Who for example. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who like the new Doctor Who who are decent people. I'm sure they exist. You're muted, Brandon.
Everybody has had to work with that person who's just innocent and just has no clue about anything political, and they just like you because they do. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't even, it's like you don't want to tell somebody Santa Claus isn't real sort of shit. I won't even talk about something political with them or mention, you know what I mean? Like I won't hate on it. But yeah, I know what you mean. There are people that just innocently like something. Yeah, for sure.
And it's and you know, I mean, because personally, I make the hard line stand. Nothing past the 12th Doctor. Everything else past that is just gay fan fiction.
True that.
Literally. And so, and then you got those fans over there that do like it, who once they hear my stance, they're like, "Nah, I don't want nothing to do with you." But again, they're decent people. In the old days, we would have been able to have a conversation.
Yep. Definitely.
I think a lot of it though is, especially with the fans online, is they just like it because just they probably don't even watch the program that much. They just want to because, like I said, it touches on their ideology. They just have to defend it because there's a gay black person in it as an example, not naming any TV shows. So they have to the content of the program doesn't matter. It's gay, so they have to defend it.
I mean, if 80% of Americans feel the country is more divided than ever, this is just like a the pop culture stuff is just a microcosm of everything else. That's the scary part. But can it be fixed? I mean, I don't want to be black pilled. I mean, can something be done? God, I hope so.
Well, not when you look at kind of Doctor Who again as the example, the punching bag for this conversation. And you've got Russell T Davies saying he knows how to make the grand return of Doctor Who in 2026. And like, motherfucker, you're the one that buried it in 2024.
Well, and maybe it's a microcosm for that. Can things be fixed too? I don't know. God.
Maybe it's a black hole.
Yeah,
it's
I would love to see things go back to the way they used to be. You have a little more, of a wider audience and an audience that isn't so sensitive. So when you do, disagree, they don't start shrieking and start calling you an istophobe and
right
stuff.
Trying to call somebody their job or something,
Just understand that, if you want to like the 15th Doctor, go ahead. in my head canon, he doesn't exist. Not at all. He's not real. But if you want to like him, fine. And it's like the old days. When you work at a comic book store, you'd be there, you're talking to your friend, you're talking to somebody else who just happens to be there, and you start talking, Superman or Hulk, and then you get into an argument, or you get into a friendly argument, I should say.
Yeah.
Captain America and Batman. Who is it?
I remember, God, and this has been like 20 or 21 years ago now, but the first comic book shop I ever worked in, and I was just younger and stupider like everybody. And I can remember the owner, God rest his soul, telling me something. He said, you may think something sucks, but he's like, that's somebody that comes in here's favorite character. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like having to think about that sort of shit going forward. You didn't want to offend people, and you were polite about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but look what that's got us now, Brandon.
Well, to some degree,
people. Make offending great again.
No kidding.
Yeah,
but,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, but yeah, who knows? That's good.
The fact that people just can't seem to get along anymore. They want to find fault with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And they really want to find fault when you come after them for what they like. I mean, I couldn't care less if someone said, you're stupid for only liking the 12th dot and not liking, Jodie Whittaker. And I'm like, I couldn't care less about your thoughts.
I don't know, Steve. I think that makes you pretty smart, to be honest. Just throwing that out there.
You are an intelligent human being, and I appreciate, your.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me. Can I just say, apparently we've got 6 people watching. If you could all like the stream, that would be bloody lovely.
That would be wonderful. Make offending great again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Take back the West.
It's going to be my campaign speech when I run as an MP next year.
Too much streaming, no shows or music. That is nationally pop. Yeah, it's just everything's been
it freaks me out. Sometimes
everything's
I stop
been given to the. Garth?
Oh, I was just saying, it's like sometimes it freaks me out because I stop and think about like, damn, like all the music I listen to and everything I like is old. Like, and this whole pop culture might be dead thing has gotten in my head here lately too.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to Amy about that the other day about music. I'm like, the stuff that I'm listening to is like 40, 45 years old. I mean, when I was my daughter's age, that would have been like my parents listening to music from the 40s.
Right. I thought,
which is goofy. But somehow when you get into like the late 60s, 70s, 80s, that chunk of time, that music is timeless. You can move it into the future and it still holds up.
Yeah.
The stuff past that, the 50s, the 40s, it was good for its time, but it really doesn't, I mean, they tried to bring that swing stuff back in the 80s, and they tried to bring some of the 50s sound back in the 80s, and it just didn't work. It just kind of fizzled out.
I mean, I listened to it and I've got old records and stuff. I have a curse like of rearranging music in my head. So that music, some I can listen to without thinking about playing it. But I was thinking about that last night. I was playing shout out, rest in peace, Ace Frehley. I was playing Love Gun last night and thinking, shit, man, this is like almost half a century old. You know what I mean? So I was having similar thoughts to you, man. Like all that stuff that I like is older even than I am.
I know and I try to get my daughter to listen. My daughter, she does like some of the stuff that we listen to, but as she's getting older, she's developing her own tastes. So I can forgive her for that. I did the same thing. I kind of like some of the stuff my parents liked growing up. I still like some of it.
Back around as an adult. Sometimes you come back around, and you be listening to the shit you were begging your mom to change the channel in the car to, you know what I mean? I was laughing thinking about that the other day. It's like thinking about being like 12 years old in 93 or something and begging my mom to change some song I'm making fun of that I'd go out of my way to listen to or play on guitar now. I think it's kind of funny.
crazy. I saw something. You guys might have seen it. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you have. A Supergirl trailer release. Rumors grow as curious new tease for the DC comic book film appears online.
Interesting.
I don't know if you guys have heard anything about that or not.
No, I haven't myself. I have not.
Back in the chat real quick here. Gen X Gal 90. I saw an article about how Gen Z is watching 80s and 90s shows on streaming. Nathan Fillion is a huge Gen Z star.
Didn't know that. That's funny.
Hey, you know what? Those shows hold up and they're good. There's no message in there. There's no agenda. It's just a really good show. Watch it. As opposed to this, which I don't think is going to be very good. Supergirl.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance, but if it's based off of that crappy comic book story, it's kind of starting in last place to begin with.
Well, if you go through here, yeah, you can see.
Speak of the devil.
that's what it is.
It's not good.
And there you see Supergirl reading Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Is it possible that they could adapt it and make it better somehow? Yeah, sure, but probably not. No.
Mm-mm. So they said it's supposed to be on X.
I recently read like the first, like when Supergirl first appeared in what year was it? 59. So when Supergirl first appears in 59, I got this new DC Finest volume where it's got like the first 3 years. For the first few years, she was Superman's secret weapon, right? It's like the pre-crisis Earth 1 Superman. And then there's like this big ass parade reveal and all that sort of stuff. So I read that recently. It's just old goofy stories like back in the day sort of stuff. And then Peter David, a comic book writer who's passed away recently, he did this kind of some sort of weird ass run where she like it's the clone Matrix post-crisis Supergirl and she's like an angel or something. I picked that up because I'd never read it. I just haven't read it yet. But speaking of Supergirl, if you want something good, that's probably gonna be better than I know it's got to be better than Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going through and I saw that on like the MSN website off of the and it was off of Tech Radar. So I went to Tech Radar and I saw this. That article is nowhere on here anymore. I can't find it. I typed in, you know, this. Yeah, no, it's not on here.
I wonder why. That's odd.
Is that somebody?
That's weird. Like hell weird.
The only thing they have, they reference this in that first article. That there's supposed to be a Supergirl X account.
I mean, surely we wouldn't get a trailer for Supergirl before Lanterns. Isn't it coming out before?
I have no idea when Lanterns is coming out.
I have to look. I'm on, I told you guys last week, I got all those. I'm on I've started the Green Lantern binge read, man. And it starts in like 1969 or 70. And it's going to end in like 2010 or 2011. It's crazy, dude. Like I'm reading like the first time Guy Gardner became a Lantern and all that sort of stuff. Like really good stuff.
But when you go here to the X account, the Supergirl film.
Steve, click on the come on, you know we've got to do this. Click on the creation date. Okay.
I looked up lanterns, and there's some kind of bad news. And it's not even. It says the original release
It's
date.
coming out. Is that the bad news?
Yeah. No. Actually, this is one that Steve will get. It says it's coming out mid-26, but written by, and one of the people that wrote it is Tom King. I don't know if that's just because they're crediting his comic story or if he had anything to do with the live shit. But man,
No,
he
I
ain't
think
it.
I think I remember hearing how James Gunn got him to help write Lanterns, and I'm thinking, first Gunn says he likes Tom King because of the Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow stuff, and then he snags him to write the help write the Lanterns. He's a garbage writer.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
He ruined Batman, man. He ruined Batman. Damn.
Everything he touches dies.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no high expectations for Lanterns.
Me neither.
I have no high expectations. I got zero expectations for Supergirl.
That's why I went to the original resources, the original source, the comics. I'm going to enjoy those, the good stuff.
Well, unfortunately, James Gunn cannot go. He has to, and he's on top of Tom King writing crap. James Gunn's going to make it goofy, so it's going to be goofy crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Insane. It is not worth anything.
Yeah, it's like as much as I'm hating on AI, some of that stuff they're dropping is like, okay, cool. How about you guys just let me make our own stuff to watch because it's looking good. It's looking better than what they're going to give us.
Yeah, that's where I got my Santa beginning. Went to Grok and got that. And like, have a kid tell Santa he wants to watch The Nerd Way.
That's cool.
All right, enough talking about the gloomy stuff. Let's do something fun.
Oh boy,
We got tier list.
Hell yeah.
We have a Batman cinematic villains tier list.
sweet. I'm finally able to do one with you guys and not at work. Like sneaking around with like one AirPod in, listening to you guys like talking to y'all and you can't hear me and shit. Cool.
Actually, if we burn through this, I got another one too, so should be fun. So yeah, we're gonna go through and we're gonna rank the cinematic villains, where we think they should be, and I guess the criteria is just how well do they, make you feel. I mean, do you think they're a decent villain or not?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
And we'll just start off at the front there. I guess that's Talia Ali. No, I'm sorry, Talia Al Ghul. From the Dark Knight
Rises. Yeah.
Trash.
I saw this movie once in the theater, and
it was the one I didn't see in the theater. I saw Begins and Dark Knight in the theater, but I didn't see this one until it hit DVD.
I literally, until you said her name, Steve, I literally couldn't remember who it was. So, yeah.
I remember well. I remember like when she betrays him and he loses all of his money and shit. And then she stabs him there at the end. Why?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't remember much about this movie. I've kind of let it just escape my brain. I got more important things to fill my brain with. So,
I mean, she was okay. It was just kind of like okay. She was okay.
Forgettable, But I guess like Steve, I saw the film like once, and that was enough for me.
I don't mind it.
Brandon?
No, I was saying I don't mind it. I mean, I don't think it's as good as the other two, but sometimes every couple of years I'll watch all three of them.
No, I remember I came out of the theater with my wife, and my wife said she didn't like it. I was like, no, it's good. It was good. And about a week later of me just kind of turning over my head, I started saying, that movie sucks.
It's a bit long too. I mean,
so what do you think we should drop old Talia?
Trash.
Yeah, trash.
Trash. There you go. Next, we got the Joker. Jack Nicholson, 89 Batman Joker. I know where I'd put him.
Dude, he's the GOAT, man.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I remember I saw that in the theater, dude. Even though I was like 8 years old, I still remember it vividly, and all the toys and the cool stuff that came along with it and the commercials. It was really neat, man. It was really cool time.
Oh yeah, I saw that movie 3 times in the theater.
I think I only saw it once, I believe, in the theater. And then of course you had to have it when it came out on VHS. That was God knows how many copies they sold.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. Yeah, just you're putting your own kind of spin on the role, it was brilliant. He made that film just as kind of much as kind of Keaton did.
Mm-hmm.
Definition or the personification of insanity, I think, in a nice 80s vibe.
I remember like almost being disappointed when I found out Michael Keaton was playing Batman, because I knew who that was. And I'd only seen him in like comedy movies and stuff. And I can remember my dad kind of complaining about it, but it turned out pretty damn good at the time.
Yeah.
I can still go back and watch that movie and enjoy it too.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it last week.
Oh, man. I've been thinking real hard about watching it because I want to watch both of them. Batman Begins is like a Christmas movie in a way. I mean, not Begins, or Batman Returns.
I knew exactly what you meant.
So we put him in the GOAT?
I think,
no question about it,
God, it was so cool, man. God, it was so cool. Seeing it for the first time, that was the shit.
All right, how about Danny DeVito as the Penguin?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
There's not a lot of actors I've seen on screen who have taken the role of a superhero or something like that where I've just gone, that's him.
He influenced the role. He influenced the way it was portrayed in the cartoon. So, I mean, he did great. I mean, I don't know if all of that's based on like Burton's design or if DeVito
I think that definitely helped, didn't it? That definitely helped. I mean,
he certainly portrayed the role damn well. Whether he had any sort of input on the look or not, he was great.
Yeah. Yeah, between him and Hugh Jackman, the very first time I saw him in the first X-Men movie, in Wolverine.
Yeah.
Thinking to myself, that's Wolverine.
That fits. Yep. This is going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be all right. You were kind of wondering, is this going to be like the comics and shit? Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd put him as GOAT. I think he's great. I
wish they didn't have such a propensity to kill off villains in every freaking movie, because then you eliminate the chance for them to come back and to do anything else, and it's very final. But he was great, at least.
Is that where we want to place him? Great.
Yeah.
Consensus.
That's fair.
And I think it's going to become more and more clear how great they were as some of these others come up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's talk The Dark Knight Rises Bane.
Okay. Yeah.
You merely watched The Dark Knight Rises. I was born in it. Trash.
I mean, I don't really have so much problems with the look as far as they figured out a way for the real world. They didn't really use venom, just that he had some sort of gas he breathed. So,
He had gas. I mean, that explains a few things on set, I suppose.
It was, no shit. It explains his size, but he did okay, I guess. He was better than we'll come to the other one too eventually.
See, I remember reading the Nightfall comic book arc where they introduce Bane. He comes in, he just devastates Gotham.
God, yes.
And
I
then
read it recently again.
He finally gets to Batman. He finds out who Batman is, breaks in, breaks Batman's back, and it was just an incredible comic book series. I couldn't get enough.
Dude, he busts all the people out of Arkham. They run his ass ragged, and then he's like in a bathrobe with his mask and shit off at the mansion. He's got like a bathrobe on top of his costume. Fucking Bane's at the door and just beats the shit out of him. It's some of the best stuff. I mean, yeah, I understand the gluttonous over marketing and all that shit, but at the time, I ate that shit up. It was great, and I still enjoy going back and reading it.
I don't care how gluttonous it was. It was awesome.
Yeah. I was eating it up. I was there for it,
man.
man.
It was good. That's all that matters, isn't it?
It was really good.
You know, kind of the film, unfortunately, just was a little bit short, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he played the strategic side of Bane great, but they didn't have his power.
Right. Yeah, because Bane's not a dumbass. He's probably a genius, really. I mean, he's certainly strategic.
He's a military genius, yeah. So have him, having him do what he does in this movie, yeah, I get that, but you missed out on the whole, Venom thing. That's what made Bane, just deadly.
Yeah.
Because not only was he going to be able to outthink you, he was going to be able to just outmuscle you. And Nolan I was okay with the fact that he wanted to make things grounded, but I think he went too far in this movie.
You could have had the you could have had the Venom mixture in a real, a more grounded kind of version. They could have had all that.
Yeah.
There is a point where you're taking it too far, and at that point, you may as well just swap Bane out for somebody else. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I want some sort of portal into the multiverse where we can go and see the sequel where Ledger had lived. Surely it would have. I mean, God, please tell me he would have been in. God.
But he was going to be in it, wasn't he? That was kind of the thing, wasn't it? And I think that's why this film is weaker. And I think we said this on the last stream that we did, Steve, didn't we? That you can tell it's structurally weaker than the other two. And I think it's because it was all going to be not necessarily centered around, but he was going to be a big part of that. And then obviously what happened, and it's like, well, shit, you got to kind of counter plan around that.
Yeah. And they weren't going to recast him, surely. But it just, the thing, I know I've probably said this a gazillion times, but the testament to how good he was, even though I know we're not to him yet, but I just want to say this before I forget. But I remember watching Dark Knight in the theater and forgetting that he was dead and be like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It took me out of it because I thought I'd just sit there the whole time and be like, well, this is a bummer because he's dead. Nah, man, I got sucked into the movie.
That good.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So where are we putting this iteration of Bane?
I mean, it's probably all right or trash.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting Al Ghul in from that film, it's trash. You may as well put Bane in there as well.
Yeah, because they were sleeping together, weren't they? Or they were like secretly, he loved her or some shit.
Trash. All right, let's talk Two-Face.
Interesting.
From the Dark Knight. A grounded character. I thought they did well.
Yeah, but let's be honest, he was kind of outshone, wasn't he? I mean, it was a good performance, but no one was really thinking that much about Harvey Dent for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, and so he's another example. They kill him off in that movie, but it even rubs more salt in the wound because Joker didn't die in that freaking movie, man. He got captured. It's just like shit. And you wonder, like, I've never thought to look this stuff up, but like, I wonder if the ending of Dark Knight would have been different had he lived. Like, would there have been some sort of setup for a payoff in the next movie? You know, I wonder about
I
that.
don't know, because they would have did that already, wouldn't they? Because they would have. I mean, nobody knew what was going to happen, so I would have thought. I think he was definitely going to be in it, but I don't necessarily think that's Nolan's kind of style, though, is it? To do like the whole kind of Marvel.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recall how complete Dark Knight was. You know how that lines up with him passing away. But I mean, Aaron Eckhart was damn good. Please see the hospital scene where you actually forget the fact A, that Ledger's dead, and B, that he's in a freaking nurse's outfit, and you actually take the scene seriously. I mean, and that shit where he like yells really kind of almost like a jump scare in the theater. That part where Two-Face yells in the hospital. So, I mean, damn, it was good. I mean, he's maybe great.
Yeah, again, it was kind of bouncing off Ledger, wasn't it? You know, the whole dog chasing car speech. You know, just great stuff.
But
and I think that line almost kind of explains the Joker very well.
Yeah, and when I see it like music, it's like, you know, it wasn't just one or the other. I mean, you know, Ledger was the metaphorical kind of lead singer and lead guitarist in that scene, but the rhythm guy that was Aaron Eckhart did really great at holding shit down, and I feel like he really kind of reciprocated.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think? Put him in great?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good.
Great. Get to be great.
Now it's about to get good.
Gen X 90 girl.
I can remember the way I held my action figure from this movie.
The way for Catwoman is S tier. I will die on that hill.
She was really great. She was really good, I have to say.
I liked her as Catwoman. I thought she did a good job. She wasn't as comic book accurate as I would have liked.
The
but she definitely fit into Tim Burton's Batman universe.
And she definitely threw herself into the role, didn't she? You've got the whole kind of clips and story about kind of learning the whip and all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, and you know, she didn't have to do that. I mean, she could have just went in, just kind of phoned it in.
I remember, like, obviously it came out, I think 92, so I was probably like 11. Obviously I didn't know as much about comics as I do now, but even what I had read, I knew that it was different and knew what they were doing with that character. Everything from like putting the costume together, especially the 9 Lives thing. The 9 Lives thing was kind of neat, I guess, and kind of unique. So that was different, but it was definitely one of those deals where it's like, you know, Tim Burton changed it, but it paid off. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And the scene where before she becomes Catwoman, she's got that little neon sign that says "Hello there."
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then afterwards it says "Hell here."
I think one of my favorite scenes is near the very end where Keaton rips the mask off and Christopher Walken's like, "Why is Bruce Wayne dressed like Batman?" And then Michelle Pfeiffer says, "Because he is Batman, you moron." That's a good movie. I've been thinking so much about going back and watching it, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
Perfect season, Christmas movie.
Yeah, damn straight. I may be watching it this evening. I'm let's see, what is this? I keep having to remind myself it's not Saturday. I got a couple more days off than usual. Nice.
So what are we putting
shit,
Catwoman?
Man, she was so good.
Gen X Gal 90 wants her in the GOAT tier.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sorry, kind of Gen X Gal, but I don't think she's top tier.
She was great in the role.
Great, certainly great. I think is fair, but like, you know, if it was just a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman film, would you rather watch that or maybe kind of Nicholson? I'd go with Nicholson objectively.
Yeah, it's funny, like the stories you hear about, like one of the deals for Nicholson to be in the movies, they had to ship the damn Laker game VHS tapes to London so he could watch the games, and nobody was allowed to say shit to him if they knew what the outcome was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pretty funny.
If you want Jack Nicholson, you gotta, you know.
He's a diehard Lakers fan, man. But yeah, I think she was great in that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we can do great.
We're not complete chauvinists, just partial.
A little bit, yeah. All right, let's talk the Batman and Robin Two-Face with the
Let's see. He's
Tommy Lee
Batman.
Jones.
Batman Forever in 1995.
yes, Batman Forever. I'm sorry. I'm getting my Batmans crossed.
Saw that one in the theater too. I was like 14, at 13 or 14.
Yeah, I saw this in the theater, and I was. It took me a while to kind of like it. I mean, I didn't like it at first. I thought it was too over the top. The exact thing that the director Schumacher said he wasn't going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wasn't going to make it campy, and he turned around and made it campy.
The music alone, like, kind of lets you know that very early. It seems just that kind of frenetic orchestral music that they play.
I mean, I don't think the score. I mean, the score fit the film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it was too bad. And you had U2, didn't you? Was it U2 on this one? U2. You had Seal.
Yeah.
So
hold me, kill me, kiss me, thrill me.
That's a
song. Yeah,
that's a banger from U2. I still feel. I mean, again, I could be. It's late in the UK, and I could be pulling this my ass. But I'm sure there was, when you look into kind of behind the scenes stuff and how kind of what happened between kind of Burton and stuff. I'm sure there were still rumors of Burton kind of like helicoptering a little bit. And I think maybe that's why you can still see that visually in some of the scenes, like kind of Gotham stuff. There's still, it's like just there's a little touch of kind of the old world.
Yeah, they kind of flavor it a little bit. And at the time, I remember it reminded me, because I remember watching reruns of the old cheesy ass 60s show. And so to me, it was closer towards that than what the Burton stuff before. That was kind of a little bit of my disappointment in it. But then, having said that, I still loved it because I was a huge nerd. I just kind of embraced it for what it was.
What I was going to come around to, and I think we said this, and again, kind of sorry, I can repeat myself in that kind of last stream, Steve, but Batman and Robin is full Schumacher, and that's what we would have got, I think, if we didn't have a tiny little bit of, you've got to listen to Burton because, whatever, just keep him happy or whatever. Batman and Robin, I think, is the true vision that Schumacher wanted to give us.
Yeah, and
which is the greater of the two evils, I feel.
It's the fourth one in the series, but the first one I did not see in the theater. I didn't see it, and I was a huge Schwarzenegger fan. I don't even remember. It may have been around the time I got my driver's license and was more into chicks there for a short period of time. But I didn't see that until it came out on tape.
So Tommy Lee Jones, I mean, he did more of a goofy Jack Nicholson Joker than a Two-Face.
Yeah.
Where would we put him on this tier list?
Honestly, it was kind of trash for me. I never really cared much for it.
I think it's still entertaining in its own kind of product of the time. I mean, I'd maybe put it in all right, or whatever that middle category is.
I would concede that. Yeah. I mean,
because I'd rather watch him than I was born in the bullshit and Al Ghul.
Yeah,
because Batman Forever, that's the thing. Batman Forever is a lot of things, not all good, but it is an entertaining movie if you allow it to be.
That's a broad ass movie, man. That's like 5 movies in one. You got the Jim Carrey shit. You got Tommy Lee Jones doing his thing. I mean, there's so much shit going on in that movie. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's
wonder what we would have got if we had a Tim Burton.
Oh, I know. Same deal. Yeah. I want a vision into that in the multiverse too, man. Hey, that's why AI. That's why I need to perfect AI and give me that stuff.
So let's talk about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Trash. Because he's dead.
All right.
Yeah, it sucks that he's dead. I know that. Yeah.
There's no point dancing around it. It's one of the best performances of a villain, like of a villain, full stop. Let alone the interpretation of the Joker. Just so good.
Yeah, I remember thinking that too, and obviously as a fan and a nerd already, you kind of lean in that way, as being a fan anyhow. But like that was just like one of the best portrayals in film ever. I mean, it's like when you can make me forget that, you know, you're dead IRL, it's pretty neat, man. And just the way, you know, everything indicates, I guess, that was kind of a collaborative thing with him and Nolan, I suppose. I don't know how much of it was on the page and how much of it was him, but shit, he sure did pull it off either way.
Yeah, I'm the fact that we got a Jack Nicholson Joker, which at the time I thought he was the absolute best Joker. Although he's still my Joker.
It's like Heath Ledger is in that setting. Yeah, he's still the GOAT.
When Heath Ledger is like 1B to Nicholson's 1A for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I can watch them both and enjoy them both, and they're both the best Joker for what they're doing.
Right.
The thing, the net negative I would say now though, is that ever since that film came out, and you've had, you know, everyone kind of just taking apart kind of the character, is that every villain now wants to be Heath Ledger's Joker, and it's become a problem.
Yeah,
they all just need to, you know, get some originality.
It's like every asshole that went to acting school now is like, you want to see these stars?
No. This is going to be my Heath Ledger Joker moment. No, pal.
Nope.
No, Johnny, it's not. You know, like maybe the Riddler in The Batman. You know, kind of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, etc., etc. You know, I feel, you know, they're not playing their characters; they're just trying to be a Heath Ledger, and you're not.
I never considered
the reason one more obvious than the others, but.
Genex Gal 90 says he was amazing Joker. He made the man a mystery, and he did. I mean,
yeah.
In the comic books, we never knew who the Joker was.
Right.
I mean, they never gave. He himself gave multiple backstories.
And basically every version in the comics that I give a shit about, we know nothing about him really. Everything.
That's the thing, isn't it? You know, like you were saying, Steve, like every, you know, that the infamous line about the scars, and every time he told a story, it was different. So you never knew. He was just, you know, you never knew if one of them was real or, you know, if he was just genuinely fucking with you. But then when you look at all these kind of videos on YouTube that are kind of breaking into theories and stuff, you know, like the scene where he's in a crowd, and I think it's like, what's the scene where you've got a load of police, and he goes to town to kind of shoot somebody again. Apologies, it's been a while since I've seen the film, and it's getting on a bit. And the theory is that, well, you know, is he former forces, etc., etc. And you think, right, they're all valid theories, but no one will ever fucking know. And it's brilliant. Because no matter how many times you watch it, you can't break that puzzle.
And I think that's the best thing about this Joker. You don't know who he is. You don't know what his motivations are. Like he says, he's just a dog chasing cars.
Yeah,
right. You know, you can read the
chaos. But Steve, that could also be a lie.
It very well could be.
You know.
I mean, it gets used to death and quoted to death, and it's cliche, but it's still an accurate representation. If you read The Killing Joke from '88, there's a line he says in there is about remembering his history as multiple choice. And so you're like, yeah, this is kind of a neat backstory, but it could all be bullshit, you know, and that's kind of the mystique of the character.
I know, going back to the comics a little bit, I think the worst thing they've done in recent years with the Joker is they came out with the 3 Jokers.
It sucked.
And apparently all 3 Jokers are actually real Jokers, and they've all been around, and that's just, I mean, it's retarded.
Is that new, Steve? Is that new?
It came out, I think, in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I think
any idea before or after Batman Arkham Knight? I'm testing everybody now.
I think it's after.
When did Arkham Knight come out?
Okay, after, because it was first kind of hinted at around 2015 or 16 during the Darkseid War, but got delayed when like Doomsday Clock didn't come out until 2020 or something like that. And I think 3 Jokers was after that. So it's been relatively recently, but kind of got kicked off around 10 years ago.
Because I've been replaying Arkham Knight because I needed to finish it and I wanted a 100% at this time round, which is going to take forever. That kind of thing is already a thing in Arkham Knight, where there's a, I don't know how many spoilers for Arkham Knight, but fuck you, it's been out for like 50 years, so if you haven't played
I think it came out like 2012 maybe.
Yeah, there's like I think from the previous game or the first game, whatever, there's like a Joker virus, and it's Batman's got it nailed down. He's basically kind of not in prison, but he's had to detain, if you will, like 3 or 4 people, and they all have different attributes of the Joker. One shows no signs, but it turns out actually he's been a fucking liar. He's been a lying bastard all along, and he like represents the intelligence of the Joker. So this kind of Free Jokers thing just sounds like they've just ripped off Arkham Knight.
Probably.
I mean, seeing as how they own the properties, they might have looked at that and thought it's a good idea. Let's spin it into a comic book and see what we can get.
Yeah, it just wasn't that good, man.
No. So we putting Heath Ledger up with Jack Nicholson in GOAT territory.
Yeah, there's no point trying to.
Don't want to be all edgelordy. No, he's only all right. Yeah, he's absolutely him.
Before you take a screenshot of this and you put it on X, Steve, do that. Put it in trap. Fuck them. If they're not going to watch the video,
That'd be funny as shit.
I just might do that. Yes. Put them down there in trash. It's like, if you want to know, watch the video.
Yeah, every time, man. Every time you do one and I'm tagged in it or whatever, and someone will say, "Oh, nice list, but why such and such?" Like, bros, watch the fucking video. Come on.
I posted there on X. It's posted there on X. I know what's going on.
New time up. Let's go. Like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you post it on X. Gen X Gal 90 knows she's here. She joined the chat, so
maybe I don't know. Just a suggestion. Maybe don't post it. Say if they want to know what the results are, they gotta watch the video.
I could do that. I could take a picture of it and then run it through one of those filters and to make it all.
Yeah, look, we're workshopping live. Look at this. Yeah, welcome to our creators workshop. A video within a video.
So we're gonna. I'll make it all hazy so you can. I can see there's squares there, but I can't make out who's where. Well, if you want to know, watch the video. Maybe in a couple days I'll release the real video, the real picture, and
release the real video.
Forget that.
Release the Stephen cut.
I don't think Brandon will worry be all upset if we start talking about fake Joker.
Yeah, well, it's just trash, isn't it? So we can just move on. Can you imagine? Right, and this is the thing, and I'll say this over and over and over. The Joker was never going to be a DC film, etc., etc. Right, but that aside, they pivoted into it. No matter how they got there, okay, it's going to be about the Joker, and they've got like the blueprint. They've got 2 blueprints. In fact, they've got Jack Nicholson, and you've got Heath Ledger. Okay, you've got all the bases covered between how your Joker should act. Like, you could even try and maybe be a bit kind of cheeky and pull from both, right? You've got the whole spectrum there, and they didn't, and they just seemed bland and boring, and he got railed up the bum. I mean,
the worst thing that could happen is that $1 billion.
You ain't railing Heath Ledger's Joker up the bum. I'm telling you that now. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Sorry, Brian.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, I guess the worst thing that could have happened when they made $1 billion on that first one, and they only had like what 50 or 60 million in it. And I mean, it's like one of the biggest trolls, in my opinion, of all time.
Well, this is the irony, isn't it? They got what they deserved, didn't they, with the sequel?
Mm-hmm. And I remember I saw it in the theater, and it was like, for what it was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but there's not really much you can do with it, and it probably should have just been left as it was, and it would have just been this kind of odd little thing that people talk about on occasion and bring up in conversations about best Jokers and shit. But yeah, that second movie just completely destroyed whatever legacy it could have eked out.
See, I never thought this was going to be a very good movie. For one, again, being the purist I am, the makeup itself makes him look like a party clown. Doesn't even make him look like the Joker. Second, you need Batman.
Yeah,
Batman and the Joker are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
If you don't have Batman, you don't have the Joker, and this Joker had no Batman. Not at all. I mean, apparently Thomas Wayne was in the movie, and if Thomas Wayne's in the movie, that makes Bruce a kid. And
he was.
The Joker was never around before Batman.
Right. And
so,
then,
I mean, it's all just garbage. And I remember seeing so many different YouTubers just gush about how great this movie was. And I'm like, what movie are you watching?
I mean, it's a decent little case study in like loneliness and isolation and shit, and they just basically slapped a little Joker paint on it to get more people to go watch it.
I mean, if they wanted to do something like that, they should have just done a remake of Taxi Driver or The Comedian.
Because Steve,
it's a lot like Taxi Driver. Yeah.
Because you take the DC element away from this and you say it's not the Joker, you just say it's generic thriller A. That film doesn't make $10 million, let alone $1 billion.
Oh no.
No, it's something that, it would have probably still been some Oscar bait bullshit anyway, but just without the DC veneer.
It wasn't needed. And like I said, I got 15 minutes into it and I was like, oh no, this is pretty fucking boring. I'm not wasting my time with this. And I just turned it off.
I found it depressing. And like I said, after I watched it in the theater, like I didn't hate on it. It was like, it was okay for what it was. But then I do recall specifically that when it hit streaming, like I started to watch it and I couldn't watch more than 5 minutes. And I was like, well, I don't want to watch this movie. It's a bummer. And I never did go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
yeah,
I'd probably rather watch her Catwoman than the second one. Yeah.
Because at least you have Halle Berry as Catwoman. In this, you just
appreciate that. Yeah.
As Steve said, with some silly face paint. That doesn't work for me, brother.
But no, he's definitely trash.
Yeah. Trash.
Speaking of,
speaking of more trash,
holy shit.
We have the Suicide Squad Joker. Jared Leto.
I get what they were trying to do. But I think they should have thought about whether it was going to work before they did it. And apparently there's a lot of you got the whole thing of you release the Ayer cut. Everything's like release the cut of this now. But,
I'd like to see it. I would watch it.
Yeah. And apparently, and I think again I could be pulling this out of my ass at nearly 10 o'clock in the evening there, but Ayer is I'm sure it said at some point, it's like, seeing the full film maybe would have changed people's kind of interpretation or their thought over his version of the Joker. That being said, what we saw, it wasn't great.
And this is what happens when they take the advice to not try to copy Heath Ledger and they take it in the complete wrong direction.
Yeah, Heath Ledger, give this guy gold teeth and tattoo something stupid on his head.
Yeah, I remember like being so excited because I thought I was going to finally get a good DC like universe, like film universe, and wanting to like it so bad, and going back and seeing Suicide Squad for a second time in the theater, and then realizing the second time around that it sucked. About halfway through, I was like, "Yeah, this kind of blows."
I don't know. I mean, Gen X Gal, thank you for joining
Later.
us.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Have a good one.
Right. So Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy's underrated. We will keep that in mind when we make our decision.
We'll get to that. Make sure you watch the on demand so you can find out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Come back and see how we did.
I don't think Suicide Squad was the worst film I've ever seen. It's certainly ranking there, but like, if there's absolutely nothing going on and like it's on, I'd probably watch it again.
The thing that got
It's
me
got Margot Robbie in it as Harley Quinn. I mean,
the thing that got me was when this even before the movie came out, I remember seeing a magazine article. It had him on the cover. I think it was Empire magazine. It had him on the cover, full Joker makeup, tattoos all over the place. You know, the grill, and I thought that is not the Joker. No. And I might have read it somewhere. I might be wrong. I might be misremembering. But I could have swore someone said that this wasn't going to be the Joker you see in the movie. This was just for, I think, like the 75th anniversary of Batman. They were just doing some kind of a special thing for the cover. I'm thinking, well, as long as he doesn't have all the tattoos and stuff on his face, it might be good. And then you turn around, you see the first, trailer, and there's got all the tattoos and stuff. I'm like, no.
And shit, the trailer, there was stuff we saw in the trailer that wasn't even in the theatrical cut of the movie.
But this is the problem, though, isn't it? If Ayer's got his 2-hour film and then it's been taken above his head, I mean, I'm not saying the Ayer cut would make it a like Oscar-worthy film, but there could be some critical things that we're missing that bring it to like an average film versus like a poor film.
I agree.
Maybe make the Joker tolerable, but unfortunately, when you put it up against, the two heavy hitters, it's not good. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster.
Yeah, he's definitely trash.
I was gonna say I've never seen the movie, so I have to rely on you guys for this one. If you say trash, I'll put him in trash.
Yeah, I'd say trash.
Yeah, I mean, but Steve, honestly, if you've got like obviously not now, not for the next couple of weeks or whatever, but maybe over the holidays or whatever, give it a go. It's not the worst thing you'd ever. Look, if you can suffer through like Shoot You Got Was Doctor Who, this will be a cakewalk.
Oh shit, yeah.
This is entertaining in places.
I mean, hell, I can stomach the Snyder cut if I've got to. I mean, like, and I suppose at gunpoint I might even watch like the extended cut of Batman and Superman if it's that version. But
and the great thing is, if you like it, Steve, there's a great game you can play based on the Suicide Squad as well.
Oh God. Yeah, that was another disappointment. It's just been disappointment one after the other for fans, man. Shit.
Well, if I could find it somewhere on streaming besides HBO Max, because I don't have that.
Steve, if you check around your local DVD shops and secondhand shops, or whatever, you can probably pick it up on DVD for like $1, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I'll give it a look. All right, let's talk Batman and Robin's Bane.
God,
this is the other half. This Bane actually looked like the comic book version of Bane.
It's a little bit closer, isn't it? It's like so close and yet so far.
But he was just like a mindless zombie that was just Poison Ivy's henchman.
Yeah.
Somebody's bound to have gone back and like cut Tom Hardy's vocal shit like in on some of the scenes with this Bane. Where instead of him going, roar, he's just talking like Tom Hardy. That'd be fun. But yeah, I remember, like I said, it was the first one I didn't see in the theater, but obviously, like everybody else in 1997, I was a huge Schwarzenegger fan. And I remember watching this on tape for the first time and seeing Bane and just being like, what the shit, man? This sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was garbage.
I would absolutely put him in trash.
Yeah, there was nothing. Yeah, there was no positive, was there really? I mean,
No, I mean, it didn't do anything. There was no threat of
the
him.
thing is, right, even Bob from Batman '89 has more screen presence than this dude, you know?
Yes.
True that.
You know, yeah.
Rest in peace, Bob. I had the
Rest
action
in peace, Bob.
figure.
Trash him. And then, speaking of Schwarzenegger, here we have Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jesus.
You know what killed the dinosaurs?
I mean, shit, books should be written on however this happened. You know what I mean? Like, how did this even happen?
I mean, you look at anything Schwarzenegger does, and he plays Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. In the movie, in the original Running Man movie, that movie is nothing like the book.
No.
And I think that's because I'm just pulling this out of my butt. I think Schwarzenegger read the script and said, "Nah, I don't want to do that. Let's make it like this." And they just completely rewrote it so he can be, popping one-liners and being Arnie. And I think that's what they did here with Mr. Freeze. I think Joel Schumacher said, "Arnie, you just be you in a big suit."
Yep.
I can do that.
They should have done less is more. It should have been like a less is more. They should have had yeah.
No, this is perfect. This is brilliant. I love Mr. Freeze.
Well, I mean, we certainly got a shit ton of memes forever from this.
It's just brilliant. You know, I don't know. It's like one of the highlights. I mean, everything else was just like being like kind of
that costume was
I can't
crazy.
put my finger on it, but the Ice Age and all that kind of stuff, just absolutely fucking stupid stuff.
And the funny thing, I remember seeing like an interview show in '97 where they were talking to Schwarzenegger and saying that he had like open heart surgery or some shit, man, like a heart attack or something. And Schumacher came in and had him record those lines at the end when he's defeated. While he was in the hospital, they recorded his lines to overdub in the movie after he'd had that heart surgery. It's like he was the one telling that story too. It was pretty fun.
But that's the thing. I mean, he wouldn't have had to have done that. Contracts would have been done. No one's making Schwarzenegger do anything that he doesn't want to do. But I think he maybe had like a bit of a soft spot for the character, but I don't know. There's something about it. I think he's the better of the villains. I think maybe he would have fared a bit better in the Batman Forever universe than the ultra campy kind of Batman and Robin. But I don't know. You got the memes, and it's just something funny about it as well. But that makes it entertaining. Doesn't necessarily make him a good character, but it makes it entertaining to watch. So I'd put him in all right, to be honest, because I'd rather watch Arnie's Mr. Freeze than any of the guys in Trash, and it would be great. We need a Mr. Freeze solo film.
That's basically what we got.
Yeah, it's just one-liners.
All right, yeah, we'll put it up there and all right.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy.
What about Poison Ivy? Gen X girl says she's underrated.
Well, she's gone now, so we can.
Well, I mean, actually, if you really stop and think about it, she was probably a little closer than some of the rest of them to the character. Except, depending on the portrayal, she wouldn't necessarily been like a mousy nerd person before, but I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with it. I just was a 16-year-old kid that thought she was hot. That's pretty much it.
And that changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the whole film was a little bit kind of wonky, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Schumacher unleashed. So
a lot of villains, yeah. They did the Spider-Man 3 thing before Spider-Man 3 had a chance to do it like 10 years early, man. But yeah, they crammed. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like she was a bit more entertaining than everyone in Trash, but I don't know. Does that just simply make her just a higher grade of Trash?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think she was again, she wasn't comic book accurate, but she was a lot closer than Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And there should probably be another tier in here for between trash and all right. That's where
Like
she would
meh.
probably go.
Yeah, meh. MEH. Meh.
That's the grade.
Yeah.
So, but I think we can probably put her in all right. And
Okay, yeah,
understand that.
I ain't got an issue with that. Yeah, there's no point trying to be too like touchy about it, you know.
How about Ra's al Ghul?
Mm,
Batman Begins. Love that movie.
I was wondering how I would feel when we got to this one.
Good, but not as good as the two Jokers, I feel. You know, I don't know, just a dude, isn't it?
I
It's just
remember
amazing.
seeing,
He plays it really, really well.
Oh,
but
shit,
at the end
yeah.
of the day, it's just Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's enough.
Now, I do recall like watching it in the theater. I remember it was like one of those midnight showings they used to do before all the crazy other Batman showing things that would ruin that. But a few years in the future. But I remember when it's revealed that that's who that is, and then it's like, oh well, shit, that's kind of obvious because he kind of looks, the hair and everything kind of looks more like him. In that moment, it's like, oh, duh. But you know, no Lazarus Pit. He's not 700 years old. All that sort of stuff, kind of shit that makes him cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they sacrificed that when they said, "Oh shit, we're gonna get Liam Neeson, man. We got Qui-Gon up in this sucker, so do his hair like him, and he's gonna play himself." But I mean, it was okay for that kind of grounded version of the character and everything. It was all right. It was okay, and he was cool to come back in the third one for that flashback. You know, great, not for me. I mean, I wouldn't call him trash by any means. He's probably all right for me.
Yeah, I thought he was. I mean, for what he was in the movie Batman Begins, I think he was. I think he was great. I mean, just, you know, his acting was on point. He was menacing. He was he was a great mentor type character at the beginning, and then doing the villain at the end. For the normies who didn't see him for who he really was, like you and I. I mean, I knew right away who he was just because of the.
It's like he looks like him. What the hell?
Yeah,
yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Ducard, the name he uses, is the name of some of his body. It's the name of his bodyguard somewhere.
Oh,
in Batman lore.
Ducard is like one of these dudes. They were playing off of the fact that that's one of the people that trained Bruce when he was traveling out the world learning shit. I want to say he was like a French detective or something like that. Okay. And I think they were kind of merging those two characters and then using that and weaving Ra's al Ghul into his backstory that way. And so I appreciated that at the time from what I'd read in the comments. Like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I get it. Okay. But yeah, like Henry Ducard, I think was the dude's name. I want to say he's like some sort of world famous detective in the comics. Yeah, that he meets in France or some damn where.
I was never the biggest Ra's al Ghul fan when reading Batman. So I never really got into him as much.
Yeah, I always dug him. I just recently got back a trade paperback I had that has like his first few appearances, him and Talia in it.
So Brandon says, all right. I say great. Chris, you need to break it down.
Yeah, I've got no issue with great. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's Liam Neeson, man. I'm not going to argue with great.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
No, this next one's kind of confusing for me.
Yeah. Jim Carrey's Riddler. Again, he plays more. It's like he's playing the Joker.
Yeah.
The Riddler's Jim Carrey, more like.
Again, forgive me, I forgot who it was that said in the chat for the previous stream, but it's like he's playing the mask, isn't it? Is this pre-mask or post-mask?
I think it's post.
But right after. So, I think Mask is what, like 94, and this is 95. So shit, they were pretty close.
Jim, be like you were in the mask, but without the mask.
Let's see when.
Okay. And then Tommy Lee Jones, I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, The Mask came out in 94 and Batman Forever is 95. Yeah, so right after The Mask. He's still in that mode, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Steve. Sorry, man.
I know he was the it guy for comedy and goofiness.
He was funny. That can't be denied. I mean, most of the stuff I've seen him in, I really enjoyed. Ace Ventura, etc. He knew his market and he went for it.
It's kind of funny. My white ass watched In Living Color, so I knew who he was like from before he was mainstream famous. And I just remember that was kind of wild because I used to love I don't know. I always loved comedy shit, even as a little kid. But I can remember watching In Living Color every week, man, and him being on there. It's like, oh, well, there's one of the white guys on that show. But it was really funny. I liked it at the time.
And how he didn't get stretched by Lawler on that film where he's playing Andy Kaufman.
No shit.
That crazy bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry could have had his way with him if he'd have wanted to, no doubt.
Pre-heart attack Jerry, he would have stretched him.
Shit,
people probably watching this got no idea what the fuck we're talking about, so we'll leave it there. But stretching? What's stretching?
Yeah,
don't Google it, for fuck's sake. Don't Google it.
Oh yeah, God, not these days. Think about it.
But I don't think he was. I don't think he was very good. I think they I think he was way too over the top.
I didn't like the gimmick. I didn't like the whole sucking people's shit into his head, and it did nothing for me. That part of the movie I really disliked.
It was so far away from the Joker, it wasn't even funny.
I think that plot point's a bit. They didn't need it because he's already or should have already been a genius, and you kind of get that impression at the start of the film that he's clever. We don't need this silly shit, but Schumacher's going to Schumacher, isn't he? Oh, what if every TV had a box on it and it went into his head? And there's like obviously there's no one there going, this sounds pretty fucking shit, to be honest.
I mean, it's a really comic booky supervillain thing to do, but not in these Batman movies, man. Not like that.
Yeah, but Forever had already taken a bit of a strange turn, hadn't it? So
yeah, and you realize that really quick when you watch it.
You're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. But he's entertaining to watch.
Yeah. I mean, God knows there's 25 other superhero flicks I would rather watch it than that.
Is he comic accurate? No. Is some of the plot points of the film really dumb? Yes, but we've already we can't really explain or understand Batman Forever. It is something that just exists, and we just orbit around it.
It's like if I wanted to explain to my kids 1995, it's like it's a very good slice of the. You got Nicole Kidman, Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey. I mean, it's like a slice of everybody who was anybody at that particular time. If you think about it. It's a very nostalgic look on our childhood in that time back then. So, I look at it with rose-colored glasses, I'm sure.
Yeah, and like the logic I try to apply is, would I, want to watch him above the people in the tier below him? And yeah, I probably would. So I don't think he's trash. Anything higher than that is pushing it. But
yeah.
I think if you put Tommy Lee Jones in, all right. I think maybe his counterpart needs to join him. But
and they did need both of them. The
problem with you look at everyone in trash, none of the characters are entertaining and they're boring. And at least Jim Carrey isn't boring. All
right, we'll put him in all right for that.
I noticed actually we're missing the Riddler from the Batman, aren't we?
I don't think this has nothing from them. I think this only goes up to. I didn't make this for transparency. Anyone watching?
We're missing Shrek as well, aren't we? Shit. Never mind.
Missing what?
Shrek.
Oh,
Max, not Donkey. Shrek.
I mean, he wasn't really he was a villain, but he was more a movie villain, not a comic book villain.
Yeah,
true.
So, true that. Yeah, I didn't really know who he was back then at that point. Not yet.
So here we got Scarecrow. I think he had a really good origin in Batman Begins, and Nolan seems to like this actor because he uses him in everything,
True that.
and he used him in every Batman movie. So
I appreciated that. I thought that was a little touch of. I can remember telling people that I was around at that time that to me that was a little touch of actual comic bookiness. That it's one of the regular recurring villains, and his shit keeps showing up in every movie. I appreciated that aspect.
If this
I like
guy
the
wasn't around, though, you probably wouldn't have had Scarecrow in those films. Is kind of my fault on it, though. But we should have had Scarecrow instead of Bane in Dark Knight Rises. It should have been something similar to, like a bomb kind of thing, but more closer to. I don't know. Arkham Knight came out after, maybe. I think. I don't fucking know. But it should have been like a mass toxin event. Mass hysteria, all that kind of stuff. Nolan could have did that really, really well, and it could have still been completely grounded. And you could have went into Bale's Batman's, kind of past, or Bruce Wayne's past, maybe. That would have been, and it uses his boy, but instead we.
Well, I mean, I wonder in an alternate scenario if Ledger had lived, maybe those two would have gotten together and screwed the whole city or something like what you're saying. That might have been cool too.
Yeah, but they already did the whole gassing the city in the first movie, so
good point. Doing
it a second time wouldn't really work.
We'll do it again.
Now, if it was more a focused attack,
maybe some other delivery system or something.
Just going after Batman himself. And that wouldn't.
I think you're right, Steve. Scrap all that. Fuck it.
Well, and another thing, you didn't have to do No Man's Land like what he's saying. Going after Batman, it could have been a much smaller, more contained Batman-centric story, and didn't have to involve the whole damn city.
Maybe it should have been like a Hush or something like that. I don't know. Nolan could have done something with that.
Something more contained, and not so like involving 8-10 million people or whatever in an entire city. Yeah.
But as for this. As for our Scarecrow here, where would you place him? I know where I'd put him.
Do you see enough of him to rank him? Again, I need to wrap my head. I need to watch the films again as well, to be fair. That doesn't help. But
he's mostly in the first one. He's briefly in the second one and a little bit more in the third one, but mostly in the first. He's not in that much of the second or third one. But he's just all right. And I think he looks enough kind of like a Jonathan Crane, I suppose, with the mask off. I was cool with it. I didn't have a problem with it. Maybe
I'd put him in great because I think he was pretty darn close to comic book accurate.
And I felt like he took it seriously. He didn't shit on it. You know what I mean? He didn't act like he was above it. He came back and did it. I mean, I'm sure he didn't do it for free, but so yeah, I mean, he's a great actor too. So, I was always cool with him being in those movies and appreciated. So yeah, he's pretty damn good.
The thing is, that's just like going back to Ledger. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're saying, not doing it for free, and instantly I thought of that line from The Dark Knight. If you're good at something, you don't do it for free.
Right, right, exactly.
God damn, what a fucking film. I'll be honest. I'm getting old. I'm tired. I'll defer to your judgments. I can't remember too much, so it's great.
This is another where if there was a tier between great and all right, he would fit right perfect in there.
Yep.
But I think he did all right enough to be in the great.
Yeah,
I'd much rather see him than Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, if he had to, he could have carried a movie as the villain somehow.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
All right, then we got Harley Quinn, the Suicide Squad.
Think with my mind. Think with my mind. Don't think with body parts.
Top shelf.
I think I remember Harley Quinn from the animated series where she originated, and that's the Harley Quinn I remember. That's the Harley Quinn I think of when people say Harley Quinn. When they started to sex her up, for lack of a better term, I think they lost something in the character. The
Yeah.
character wasn't as. I know she had to step out of the Joker shadow and be her own person. I just don't think she should have went. I don't think. I know why they did it. I mean, I'm not stupid. I mean, like Brandon said, let's think with our big heads.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
She. I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can't deny that at all. And the costume she wears is.
yeah, they did this thing like shit. I can't remember what year. 2001 is what stuck in my brain, where she had like her first solo series, and then a few years after that, she kind of inherits this apartment building, and it's this big comedy thing, and she's a liberated chick. It's kind of what they spun and made that comic or that cartoon on HBO based off of. But I'm like you, man. I prefer that original, that kind of original red costume Batman animated series type version. And there's a little bit of that in the comics too, before it was ruined. I mean, there's when they first brought her in the comics, there's a few things she appears in that version before they changed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think as a standalone character for female representation, you could do a lot worse. I think she plays the crazy kooky character quite well.
Yeah, I mean, she does the voice and all that shit.
Yeah, you know, there's more right with her interpretation of the character, I feel, than there is wrong. It's just a shame that the films that she was in just wasn't, you know, the whole Bird of Prey thing. They got that so spectacularly wrong, and it just seemed like
so terrible.
It just seems so easy, you know. But they wanted to add more, you know, more people that no one gives a fuck about. It's like you're not watching a Harley Quinn movie for fucking, you know, people that most normal people probably wouldn't know who the fuck they are.
I like the Suicide Squad. Okay,
yeah,
she was in. Yeah, I like that movie,
and she's a highlight of that. And they could have gave her a movie, but it was became a buddy movie with people again, like I said, that just no one gave a shit about. But if it was just her getting her own back on Black Mask or something, I think maybe the film would have went a bit better. But you know, we got to have the black chick and the Latino chick and, you know, the young girl in distress or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
but I think she's great, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any point. I think to be angry about it. You know, it's a great interpretation of the character, I think.
It's like Capaldi syndrome, where you've got potentially somebody who could just be knock it out of the park great in this part, but the person writing and the universe you're associated with is in a slight downturn, and to get a similar outcome there. I mean, you know, you could have used her much better, and I guess what I'm trying to say is you had the right actress if you know you used her properly. Same as Capaldi.
All right, so Chris says great, Brandon. You
great. Yeah.
All right.
Great.
I would have said all right, but
also naked, full frontal in Wolf of Wall Street. I found that out the hard way. Like, for some reason, I don't even know how the hell this was, but somebody had to watch it for some class or some shit. And so we just all sat and watched it. It was a few years after it comes out, and all of a sudden Margot Robbie walks up completely naked, and I'm like, I get uncomfortable. Like, I watch the shit with my wife. It doesn't.
I know exactly.
But I don't want to watch that shit with my kids, man. I don't care if they're 16, 17, whatever. You'll never be so old that I want to see this shit with my kids in the same room. Sorry, I'm old school. But, but yeah, it was a good movie too. But yeah, she's good. She's good.
All right, let's finish this thing off with the Catwoman.
Trash.
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. I'm not a big fan of her as an actress. I personally didn't think she did a very good job as Catwoman. I mean,
it was just a thief, wasn't it? It was just a thief, but they called her Catwoman. They say, well, it's not the same thing, you know?
Yep. I remember watching Dark Knight and kind of getting excited at some of the little comic book team uppiness, because they kind of both jump into that flying shit that he's got and all that. And I remember getting a little excited, and they're escaping Bane. I was like, that feels kind of comic booky, but it's like, I'm just excited because she's supposed to be Catwoman. She's not actually doing that great of a job as Catwoman.
No.
Was she okay in Interstellar? Yeah, another Nolan's favorite.
Honestly, I mean, I like that movie despite her. I mean,
Yeah.
Interstellar is a great movie, and I really don't much care for her. I mean,
Like she don't ruin it, but she don't elevate it.
No.
either, right? Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you can ask for from someone, you know.
But yes, I think she was trash as Selena Kyle, man.
Yeah.
like we can do that.
And
Nowhere
I'm,
near,
I
Dwayne.
think
Nowhere near Pfeiffer. Untouchable.
I'm still bitter over when my ex-wife made me watch Les Miserables, I think. And
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it.
Well,
That'll
obviously.
put you off someone for life.
Mm-hmm. But
Right.
yeah, she was definitely trash.
Good list, guys.
Cool.
Cool. I think we had a good time.
Yeah, that was fun, man. I've been wanting to do one of those with y'all forever, and I'm always having to be at work.
Well, we'll save the other one then. We I think we've keeping
Save
Chris
it
up
for a rainy day.
enough, so we'll keep that in my back pocket for a rainy day.
Cool.
I will share one other thing.
Hell yeah.
Monday.
Cool. There you go.
Go over to Amazon and you can pick up Deadlock.
Cool.
On Cyber Monday it's the ebook. So if you like regular books, if you want physical media, sorry. Amazon really doesn't let me, do these one-day sales on stuff like that. But the ebooks, they'll let me, bounce the price around as much as I want. So Cyber Monday, if you know someone who has an ebook and you want to gift them something really, really cool, 99¢. Go grab a book, a really good book written by a really cool guy.
And more people need to read, by God.
Yes.
We got a lot of ignorant ass people, man. And I think you miss out on a certain amount. I know it sounds nuts, but I think you miss out on a certain amount of education by not exposing yourself to shit and reading more. I don't know if kids just don't read. I don't know. But shit, I spent like the last 2 years of high school reading Star Wars novels. What do I know?
So that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed my dogs and go back to my Green Lantern binge.
I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your schedules to join me. I want to thank everybody in chat for hanging out with us. I want to thank my Patreon supporters. You guys are great. Some guy named Chris in there. He signed up.
Cool.
So, what are we all doing the rest of the week, guys? Let's little self-promotion here. What do you got? Anything, Chris?
Yeah, we got a couple of bits on over the weekend, haven't we? Talking about the Doctor dances, so I've kind of used an extra life with that one, kind of missing last week, but as it was, kind of the stars weren't in alignment, so we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Then we've got the Sunday as normal, open for business. A little bit of stuff is coming through now. I was getting a bit worried because towards halfway through the week, there wasn't a lot going on. Wasn't a lot of stupid comments being made and stuff. But don't worry, the Lord provides.
Oh yeah. Without even getting into it, there's plenty going on.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is back squarely in the spotlight for gaming. Doctor Who again. There's a little bit of intrigue to talk about. And then the rest of the week is a little bit kind of bit scattery again because I'm working on another project which is actually kind of coming together quite nicely. So cool. I'm spending a bit of energy on that. But we'll get Childew Valley towards the end of the week because that seems to go down well with people. They kind of turn up for it. But let's just get to Sunday and then we'll see what the rest of the week holds.
Brandon, you going to be around on Doctor Who Day or not?
What time are you streaming tomorrow?
Tomorrow, it'll be 4 p.m. for us.
I'll know by around noon or lunchtime. I'll let you know for sure. I have to talk to my wife. I haven't seen her in a few hours today. I got to talk to her, make sure we're not going to eat for the third time with somebody.
Just shoot me a DM. Let me know.
I sure will.
Either way.
Sure will.
And yeah, Doctor Who on Gallifrey Central tomorrow. I'll be on with Chris and Brandon and the crew for Neon TARDIS Sunday. And I start my new job, so weekends are the only time I'm going to be able to really stream anything. I'll try to do some videos for each channel. Try to juggle that, and I still got some book to write, so I'm got a very busy schedule. But again, I want to thank everyone for showing up. I want to thank everyone for taking time out on this crazy Black Friday.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's over their turkey coma. And we will see you guys later.
Later, guys.